All right, this is my last evening here in BGC before I go back to Bangkok. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the things I missed the most about BGC. So we're going to get into all the things I really missed, the most important one at the very end of this video. So stick around for that. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Hey, what's up? It's jjthelonelybullinasia here in BGC, right outside one of my favorite places I used to frequent, Jamba Juice here on High Street. You know, I came back here just for a week over Christmas, and tomorrow I'll be heading back to Bangkok, to home. And I do miss Bangkok already. Only gone a week and I already miss it. But BGC is great. I lived here almost 3 years and it was fantastic. And I'm gonna tell you the things I really loved about it. First of all, stick around for the last one, which is the thing I think I liked or miss the most about BGC. But you know, I really, first of all, my friends, obviously. I've got some good friends that live here still, and that was the main reason I came back, was to see them. I actually also spent some time with my ex-girlfriend here in BGC, and so we're still very close, and so that was really nice to be able to spend time with her. So that would be, you know, right there at the top of the list. Friends, obviously. BGC just has a cool vibe. It's very Western, very modern. It's like a smart city, if you will. You know, it's called Bonifacio Global City. It's not really a city. It's a district inside the city of Taguig. But for all intents and purposes, I call it a city. And people give me a hard time about that, but I don't care. They call it a city. They call it Bonifacio Global City. So what the hell, you know? But it's very modern. It's almost like, if I were to compare it to something in the West, maybe a Beverly Hills, or although I've never been there, but from everything I've heard, it's kind of like that. Very high end. Yeah, I've got a Rolex store right over there. You've got all kinds of, there's probably 6 or 7 malls just in BGC. And BGC is a small area, a small city. So you can walk from one end to the other in like 20-25 minutes. If you walk my pace, probably 20. If you walk a normal person's pace, probably 25, but still very walkable. But you've got so many different malls that you could go to. Great Western style restaurants, great Asian restaurants, great Filipino restaurants, good comfort food areas here. So whatever you're looking for, they've got it as far as restaurants. They've got really good bars here too that have some pretty decent happy hours, or at least they used to. Some not as much as before. But yeah, those are the main things. If I were to, you know, if you want to get Western food, there's a Shake Shack right over there. There's a Wild West Texas Roadhouse right down the road. There's a TGI Fridays. There's a Chili's. There's a Denny's over on High Street South. There's also one in Uptown. There's Olive Garden. There's Italiani's, Italian restaurant. They've got everything here. And then if you like Asian food, they've got fantastic Chinese, Japanese, Korean food all over here too. And a couple of really good Filipino restaurants here too. So if you want to check out the local food, you can do that here. But yeah, I mean, they've got, and every price range too. So I could go to 24 Chicken and get a basket or box of barbecue chicken for, you know, boneless chicken for, you know, a couple hundred peso, which is like $4. And there's like enough to feed probably a family. or me on a hungry night. Or you can go real high end. There's a Morton's Steakhouse over in Uptown. There's a Wolfgang's right down the street here on High Street, at the end of High Street. So you can get as high end as you want, and pretty much any price point in between. So, you know, if you want to go real cheap, I tell you what's really good. It's the fried chicken and rice with gravy at the 7-Elevens or the Lawson's convenience stores, and it's only like 170 baht for a 2-piece chicken dinner. So you can go real cheap, and it's not bad. They cook it right there on site, so you can't really go wrong, and it's pretty darn good for the price. So if you want to go really cheap, you can do that. Trust me, I've done it on a few occasions because it's really good chicken, so that's why I do it. So you can meet with friends pretty much anywhere, all kinds of locations like here. There's neat little parks you can go to. Now, the only drawback with the parks here in BGC is they're very small. They're only a couple of blocks long. So you're not going to get the parks like you would in Bangkok, you know, like the huge Lumpini Park or Benjikiti or things like that. You're going to have smaller parks, but they're green areas. Burgos Circle is a really neat area where you can sit there. They've got park benches all throughout Burgos Circle. It's a small circle. It's basically where High Street and Forbes-town Road meet. But it's a neat area. And Forbes-town is a really neat area too. And if you want to go clubbing, they've got clubs. They got some really nice clubs up there on Uptown Parade, which is just north of Uptown Mall. They got Xylo. They've got what else? I don't frequent the places. There's a new place, I guess, called Yes Please. I've heard about that, and it's right next to another club that I've been to a couple of times. So if you like the club scene, the younger scene, you can go there. Or if you like the more adult fun night, you can go to Dr. Wine on Forbes-town Road. That's kind of a high end, but on weekends it's pretty fun. And a lot of times you'll see people that are famous there, you know, celebrities, politicians, because they've got places on Forbes-town that they stay at on an occasion. So you've got those things that are available if you like to imbibe in the alcohol. Or you can get the cheap buckets of beer at certain places. Now, I don't know if they're like that anymore since I moved away. Some of my best places, and here's kind of the drag, some of my favorite places to hang out with my friends are gone now. One of the first ones to go is when I still lived here. That was Clawdaddy. Clawdaddy is a Cajun restaurant, and it's right next to, or was right next to, New Orleans Jazz Kitchen. And you can get some really good margaritas there. You can get buckets of beer. You get some really good Cajun food. And they closed, and that was really sad. Now they've got a mango store, clothing store there where it used to be, I think. So that was sad. It was one of the first ones to go. Another place I used to hang out all the time was Fiery Style on Forbes-town. We used to get the buckets of beer there for happy hour every Friday. My friends and I would get you get a really good deal on a bucket of beer, and they closed. Seems like all my favorite places are closed now. Another place we used to go to was the Watering Hole on Forbes-town Road. Put in the comments below if you remember these places. They haven't been gone that long, but that was another great place we used to hang out, and they closed. So there's really about 2 places now that my friends and I hang out at, and one of them's on Forbes-town, and that's Chimac. It's a barbecue chicken, beer and chicken place, and their beer's really cold. We get the mugs of beer, the big English pints of beer, the British size, so the large size. We get that for a good deal, and then also their chicken is really, really good. I especially like the barbecued spicy chicken. That's really good, but any of their chicken's fantastic. The other place we always hang out is, you probably heard me say it before, Wild West Roadhouse right down the road on High Street, and they still have their promos. I think you can get 2 beer for 220 baht. I'm sorry, 220 pesos, which is about a little over $4 and some cents. So basically you're paying $2 for a bottle of beer. So, I mean, it is what it is. But you got to imagine you're going to pay a little higher dollar on everything here in BGC because it's a upscale community, upscale city. So it's not like living in the province. If you like cheap, go live in the province. If you like convenience and great amenities and fantastic food options, but you're going to pay a little more, BGC is the place to be. And another thing I like about BGC that I miss is it's right next to Makati. So if I wanted to go to Makati, say I get tired of the malls here and I wanted to go to some of the malls in Makati, it's pretty easy to get there. The only problem is sometimes getting a grab can be a little inconvenient. It's not like Bangkok or even Vietnam as far as finding a grab really quick. They don't have that here. So you may wait a while. They may cancel on you a couple of times. You may never get a ride, especially if it's a Friday or Saturday evening. So you're taking your chances, and also with taxis too. You're taking your chances there as far as finding a taxi. But you know, just once you're there, you know, and you can have a lot of fun in Makati or, you know, P. Burgos if you like that sort of wild adult entertainment. There's some good clubs around there too. Lots of adult stuff to do when you're there. But back to BGC, those would be the things that I probably miss. The things that I don't miss, and I noticed it again when I first got back here, is the constant "sorry sir, out of stock" or "unavailable." There. It seems like no matter where you are, even here in BGC, you've got things that are out of stock. So you're going to have to get used to that here in the Philippines. If you order something that you know, it's like, oh, this is what I want, and you find out it's out of stock, so you're going to have to suck it up and order something else, because that's going to happen more times than not. Another thing I don't miss is the noise. So the hotel I'm staying at it's a very noisy area. It's right at the north end of BGC, so it's almost basically to Calayan Avenue, and you can hear the traffic there. There's people all night long singing karaoke and partying and shooting off firecrackers. Oh my God, the firecrackers have been constant day and night. And then of course you can hear now if you're deep in the middle of BGC, you're not going to hear that stuff. But where I'm at, right on the edge, I hear roosters crowing and dogs barking. I mean, I might as well be living in the province or staying in the province. So, but I don't miss the noise. The noise pollution is probably the worst thing about the Philippines. Another thing I don't miss is the bad Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi at my hotel keeps going out. I'll be watching something on YouTube, a video or something, or trying to upload a video, and the Wi-Fi will cut out. And so I either have to start my upload again or wait till the Wi-Fi comes on to finish watching my video or YouTube or whatever. So, and that's common throughout the Philippines. The Wi-Fi is very unpredictable, very spotty at best. Another thing is that even in BGC, like this morning, went to get breakfast at a coffee shop, and it was a popular, you know, franchise type coffee shop, like a Starbucks type. They didn't have Wi-Fi. Really, no Wi-Fi in a coffee shop, in a franchise coffee shop. You don't have Wi-Fi. And I don't want to, you know, it's like I'm comparing and contrasting to Thailand, but to be honest, in Bangkok, everybody's got free Wi-Fi. Even the mom and pop little standalone food stations have free Wi-Fi. But here, it's hit and miss. I would say less than 50% of the restaurants and bars here in BGC have free Wi-Fi. The one I know is pretty steady for me is Wild West. That's why I go there a lot, because I get free Wi-Fi. So you got that. But you know, I tell you, another thing I miss, obviously, the beautiful women here. The Filipino women are just amazing. Now, I will say, aside from a few that I've dated here in the Philippines, I will say overall, Thailand girls are more beautiful, but that doesn't take anything away from Filipina. They have their own beauty in their own way. And so I guess just being here in BGC, we can sit out at Shemak in Forbes-town or on High Street at Wild West and watch what I call the parade every afternoon or evening. These beautiful women walking by, and it's like, wow, hello. So those are the main things that I miss about BGC. And before I get to the final thing, or probably the thing I miss most, other than my friends and special people, make sure you hit that like button. That really helps the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to try to get to 18,000 subscribers by the end of January. So that's my goal. I'm only about 300 away, or is that right? 700 away. I'm only about 700 away from hitting 18,000. So if you can help me out, if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you're not sure, check, and please subscribe. That will really help me out. Okay, so now the thing I miss most about BGC, and before I get to it, let me tell you that Bangkok has its own uniqueness about this, but I tell you what, nothing compares to walking around BGC. It's just so, especially like on an early morning, like a Sunday morning, or an evening when it's not as busy as it is during the day. It's just so peaceful. The sidewalks are huge. You don't have to worry about running into bikes on the sidewalk, motorcycles, street vendors, beggars for the most part. You don't have to worry about any of that. And it's just nice to walk around. You know, they've got behind Forbes-town Road, before you get to the golf course, they've got a walk area where you can walk or run. It's called Greenway. You can walk there and it's quiet and shaded because it's away from traffic. But even if you're just walking around the streets of BGC, it's very, very relaxing, you know. And like Sunday mornings, I used to walk and go get coffee, you know, and that's what I miss. I just miss being out, especially this time of year when the weather's nicer, so it's not so hot. So you can actually go out a little later in the day and you're not going to sweat to death like you would if it's like April or May. So you've got some great areas to walk in, whether it's Uptown, which is a little more city looking, but there are some areas there that are nice. Forbes-town, which is a nice area. High Street's beautiful. High Street South is beautiful. Or any street between any of those areas, just walk it. You know, if you come here, just walk around, get lost a little bit. I mean, you can't really get lost in BGC, but you can have fun kind of walking around, and yeah, just enjoy it, and you know, enjoy the people here. It's fun, you know, and with all the crap that's gone on since I've been back, it's still been a good trip for me. You know, I got cold, I got scammed, which will be in another video, or attempted to be scammed, which will be in another video, so stand by for that one. But all in all, I've had a great trip and enjoyed my stay here, my brief stay. I'm ready to get back to Bangkok now, but I did like it here in BGC, visiting my friends and seeing the place again. Lots of things have changed, but a lot of things have stayed the same. So anyway, hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As always, live life, my friend. Sabay sabay, mabuhay, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.